Next on Extras, Mansions, and Millionaires, New Orleans. We're heading to the city of beads.
There's a festival and a party going on all the time.
Beignets.
Yum.
And big stars.
The best city in the world, New Orleans, Louisiana.
It's home to so many celebrities, including Sandra Bullock. Then get ready for some Southern comfort.
It's a place that you walk into and you go, wow.
And be sure to bring your Big Easy appetite. Just a little pork chop stack, Cajun style. Welcome to New Orleans. That's next. Right now on Extras, Mansions, and Millionaires, New Orleans. Let the good times roll in New Orleans.
New Orleans is sexy.
The best city in the world.
It's a city founded with pirates and rum and jazz.
We'll show you what to see, where to stay, and where the stars play.
When girls are together, we tend to cut loose.
This is true.
So,
Which we love about this town.
yeah.
Beyonce and Jay-Z courtside. Britney's Mardi Gras moment. Harry's Creole craving.
Holy cow, those are good.
Yum.
Get ready for an A-list tour of one of the world's first-class cities. We'll take you inside NOLA's most luxe accommodations.
This is one of the Grand Dame hotels in New Orleans.
From its most exclusive penthouse, being in New Orleans, you gotta have a piano in the presidential suite. To its signature cocktail.
Oh, that is really good.
And
Give me my daiquiri and some crawfish and we good.
why you'll need a big appetite in the Big Easy. Whoa, welcome to New Orleans. That's all right now. Whoa! On Extras, Mansions, and Millionaires, New Orleans. Hello and welcome to Extras, Mansions, and Millionaires. I'm Michael Corbett here in the Big Easy, New Orleans, home of jazz, Creole cuisine, and of course, Mardi Gras. Now, I'm going to take you on an exclusive tour of this exciting destination in just a bit, but first, let's check in back in Hollywood.
Thank you, Michael. New Orleans, such a fun city. The food is amazing. There's always a big party going on, and the list of celebrities taking it all in is endless.
World, New Orleans, Louisiana.
Go ahead, Anthony. Tell us how you really feel.
The history, the music, the food, the culture, the people, the drive-through liquor stores, the football team.
Avenger star Anthony Mackie loves easy living in the Big Easy, but he's not the only star. Oscar winners, Grammy winners, even presidents have been known to frequent these city streets. And if you ask Anthony, the first place you'll spot an A-lister is saddled up to some Creole.
I'm not leaving gumbo and etouffee. Nah. Everything else can come to me. Give me my daiquiri and some crawfish and we good.
Sit next to President Obama enjoying some gumbo at Dookie Chase, or wait in line next to a celeb at Cafe Du Monde.
The line was so long, I had to sneak around the back. Holy cow, those are good.
Yum.
But Harry Connick Jr.'s real favorite, Camilla Grill.
It's one of my favorite places in the world. Today I'm feeling a bacon cheeseburger, and I get a chocolate freeze.
And if you really want to spot a star, run, don't walk, to Bourbon Street. Mardi Gras is the spot where Anderson Cooper, Kelly Ripa, Britney Spears, and Hilary Swank have all been known to throw a beat or two. Over the holidays, you might notice NOLA native Ellen at the Jackson Square tree lighting, or catch Michael B. Jordan, Jay-Z, and Beyonce sitting courtside at Smoothie King Center.
It's the only city in the world where I was sitting at a bar and literally one of the heirs to the Chase banking family was sitting on one side, and a dude who was a street musician outside who had just made enough money to come in and buy food was sitting at the same bar. No other city can say that.
All right, let's send it back out to our Michael Corbett in the Big Easy.
Yeah, thanks, guys. You know, just off the famous French Quarter is the New Orleans Landmark Hotel, inviting its guests to enjoy a Sazerac and their luxurious Southern hospitality. A place of luxury, style, and grace.
Well, this is one of the Grand Dame hotels in New Orleans.
And one of the oldest, standing tall since 1893.
Gone through some different generations over that time period.
Named after our 26th president.
Teddy Roosevelt is the name we celebrate a lot in the hotel.
But the magic remained, from its classic exterior to its elegant interior. This is one of the grandest and most elegant hotel lobbies in all of America, stretching an entire city block and adorned by dozens of crystal chandeliers.
It's a place that you walk into and you go, wow. There are very few lobbies that are this kind of a lobby in the U.S.
504 rooms with 125 suites. But the Teddy Roosevelt Presidential Suite has my vote.
So we call it the Teddy, and it's a beautiful suite.
And being in New Orleans, you gotta have a piano in the Presidential Suite. And for $5,000 a night, you can enjoy all the comforts of a luxury home. For fine dining, entertainment, and fun, the Roosevelt is definitely the place to be. For casual fare, grab a table at Teddy's Cafe. For special events,
welcome to the Blue Room.
Back in the day, this was the destination supper club where it had the likes of Louis Armstrong. The whole Rat Pack is entertained in there at one time or another.
or hit up the historic Sazerac Bar. And the signature drink in New Orleans and the namesake of this bar, the Sazerac.
It was developed in the space that it sits today in the 30s. The bar is an original bar. The veneer is from an African walnut tree. It is the same as it's always been. We sell somewhere between 26 and 28,000 Sazerac cocktails a year.
The Roosevelt is also a place to relax and unwind at the Waldorf Astoria Spa or the rooftop pool.
Some nice amenities that makes you feel like you're in the lap of luxury when you're at the pool, so it's worth seeing.
And a hotel well worth staying. New Orleans is truly one of the culinary capitals of the world, famous for its celebrity chefs and spicy dishes. So when you come to the Big Easy, please bring a big appetite. There's breakfast at Tiffany's and then there's breakfast at Brennan's.
It's the idea of luxury in the morning. It's the idea of lavish. Where most people associate that with dinner, we brought all of that to the first thing that starts the day.
Serving hungry guests since 1946, Brennan's has long been the top choice for locals, tourists, and celebs like Beyoncé and Jay-Z, Katy Perry, and the Kardashians.
They've all been incredibly gracious.
This place is the #1 spot for culinary entertainment, like it's tableside dining. Brennan's is known for its tableside preparation, like Steak Diane and Bananas Foster. Whoa! This flaming dessert has been getting the flambé touch since 1951.
It's that art brought right to your table, whether it's breakfast or dinner.
Here at the gateway to the French Quarter, the Bourbon House is the home for local New Orleans seafood. Prime location and the best cuisine sea to table.
We're on the busiest intersection in New Orleans. It's a great time on Bourbon Street, and we serve some of the freshest seafood you can find in the city.
Their signature fare,
I would call it almost contemporary Creole. We like to take some old classics and put new spins on them.
like their house favorite redfish on the half shell.
We've kind of adapted that from old fishing camp style cooking where you would just fillet the fish and cook it right over the campfire.
I've got the signature frozen bourbon milk punch and crab fingers so good that Kim Kardashian tweets about them. Oh my God. A student of Emerald Lagasse, a contestant from Top Chef, and the star of his restaurant, Toops.
I'm the chef, owner, janitor, and bouncer. What you need is entirely dependent on your attitude.
And the food, just as memorable as head chef, Isaac Toops.
Kicked up, contemporary Cajun-style food. It makes you just feel good in the belly.
Whet your appetite with some of the most mouth-watering dishes in the Big Easy. One of his most popular plates is not for the faint of heart. Just a little pork chop stack, Cajun style. Welcome to New Orleans. From the king of stacked pork chops to flaming desserts, you will not be disappointed in Cajun country. You know, there's no better way to enjoy New Orleans' rich culture than through its food, so I booked a reservation at New Orleans Cooking School for a little Creole 101. Okay, we are cooking Cajun right now, learning how to make gumbo with Chef Ricardo. Let's do it.
Let's do it. You know what they say, you always start by making the roux.
And the roux is the base of the whole soup.
It is. For demonstration purposes and time, we actually made it in advance. We're going to start off by cooking what many people here call the Trinity. 50% onions, 25% celery, and 25% carrots. Well, what we're going to come with next, we're going to get our roux in there. Some chicken stock, stir away. Okay, now we got a little liquid in there. We're going to put that sliced garlic in.
We got some sliced garlic.
There you go. Some chicken. Now the chicken, we cooked it earlier. Okay. Now, once you add roux to something, we have to see it boil.
Do any celebrities come in here for classes?
Celebrities, sure, we do.
Tell me who.
Drew Brees' family,
Drew
Brees,
right?
How about the Property Brothers? There we go. Okay, we're gonna flavor this with a little something. Seafood crab boil, Cajun power, Worcestershire sauce.
Oh, nice. Oh, this is gonna be really good.
There we go. Can't make chicken andouille gumbo without any andouille. We're missing one of the major components, and that's this stuff right here for us. This is Joe's stuff. This is a proprietary seasoning blend that we own. It's based on white pepper, red pepper, black pepper.
Woo! Okay.
Just a little, just a little bit. And now we're going to add some of our
sassafras.
Sassafras. There you go.
Wow, I would have never thought of that.
Very unique flavor.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Oh, that's good.
That is.
Wow, that is delicious. Wow, we did a good job, Chef.
I think we did.
Coming up, we're behind the scenes with NCIS New Orleans star Scott Bakula.
Oh, it's been kind of a love affair with our show, kind of a postcard for New Orleans.
And from vampires to Bill and Ted.
Excellent!
We'll show you why Hollywood loves New Orleans. There's more to NOLA than Mardi Gras.
Restaurants, galleries, clothing stores. The Garden District is where all the beautiful old mansions are. And there still is a streetcar that will take you to the cemeteries. There's nothing like New Orleans in the United States.
That's coming up on Extras Mansions and Millionaires New Orleans.
Lash Paradise Mascara from L'Oreal Paris. Voluptuous volume, intense length, feathery soft lashes. This is what paradise looks like. Lash Paradise Mascara from L'Oreal Paris. Take your lashes to paradise.
Saturdays happen. Pain happens. ALEVE it. ALEVE is proven stronger and longer on pain than Tylenol. When pain happens, ALEVE it. All day strong.
As a photographer, I have to be focused on my clients. I had a real bad toothache. It was just kicking, pounding. It was driving me crazy. Orajel was a solution for me. I applied it, gone, totally gone. Orajel got rid of the pain. I was able to focus on my photo shoot and bring out the best out of my clients.
What is luxury? A state of mind, free time. It's opulence, it's service, all included all the time. 2 hearts, 5 stars, 1 name. Sandals. Call 1-800-SANDALS.
I have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now there's Skyrizi.
Things are getting clearer. Yeah, I feel free to bare my skin. Yeah, that's on me. Nothing and me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin. That's my new plan. Nothing is everything.
Keep your skin clearer with Skyrizi. 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. Of those, nearly 9 out of 10 sustained it through 1 year. And Skyrizi is 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
I see nothing in a different way. And it's my moment, so I just gotta say. Nothing is everything.
Skyrizi may increase your risk of infections and lower your ability to fight them. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, such as fevers, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or coughs, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine. Ask your dermatologist about Skyrizi.
Welcome back to Extras Mansions and Millionaires New Orleans, or its new nickname, Hollywood South. Yeah, from Dallas Buyers Club to 12 Years a Slave, the list of its Oscar-winning credits is growing, and so is its popularity as the perfect setting for movies and TV. Laissez-les boutons rouler. It's not just about good times on the streets of New Orleans. Action! Yes, let the cameras roll, because we're in Hollywood South.
This is a colorful city. New Orleans is known throughout the world. It has a vibe to it that people can relate to. Our show is seen in 200 markets around the planet.
Boom, boom, boom. NCIS New Orleans star Scott Bakula works and lives here 10 months out of the year.
Well, I love to get out, and people are great to me here.
And from the beginning, the CBS hits made NOLA the star of the show.
We're kind of a postcard for New Orleans.
What is this?
Your house. In its 4th season, USA Network's Queen of the South moved its production from Dallas to this lively city. And Queen Sugar producers Oprah Winfrey and director Ava DuVernay found the perfect location for their family drama.
Thank you, Lord, from each and every one of us, for without your love and your protection, we might not be here today.
On the big screen, it wouldn't have been Girls Trip without New Orleans.
I have to pee.
Just go for it.
When
when girls are together, we tend to cut loose.
So, which we love about this town.
Yeah.
New Orleans' Gothic look and feel was the perfect setting for Interview with a Vampire with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt.
We're lucky to have such a home.
It was also an excellent locale for Bill and Ted.
Excellent!
After years of waiting, Bill S. Preston Esquire and Ted Theodore Logan are back to save the world again. Keanu Reeves and company kicked off shooting right here.
They were supposed to unify, save the world with a song. And that hasn't happened yet. So what has that done to them?
Another Hollywood love letter to New Orleans. In New Orleans, they like to say, laissez les boutons rouler, or let the good times roll. And with must-see attractions around every corner, well, it's a good time on the bayou. This is a city like no other.
There's a festival and a party going on all the time.
Brian Batt, one of the stars of Mad Men,
there's a style for the draw on these spots.
Giving me the ins and outs of the Big Easy, starting with floating up and down the Mississippi.
The steamboats originally, some of them were luxury gambling establishments, great restaurants.
And near the top of your list has got to be a river cruise on the steamboat Natchez. The French Quarter. Steeped in history, one of its main attractions, Jackson Square, named after the 7th President Andrew Jackson. Next up, Bourbon and Royal Streets. Its neighborhoods lined with distinctive two-story dwellings, famous for showering revelers with beads during Fat Tuesday celebrations. Or stroll down Magazine Street and pop into one of the great boutique shops like Hazelnut. This local shop owned by Brian.
We opened the store in 2003, and it was the most freeing experience because it made me realize there's a world out there, and they need stuff.
Why is it the cemeteries are such a big destination here?
The cemeteries in New Orleans have been dubbed the cities of the dead by Anne Rice, and they really are.
The cemeteries are such a landmark, they're even called out in A Streetcar Named Desire.
They told me to take a streetcar named Desire and then transfer to one called Cemetery.
But the pièce de résistance here is the beignet.
Growing up in New Orleans, getting beignets at Café de Monde was just one of the natural traditions.
Rich in traditions, overflowing with excitement.
New Orleans is sexy. It has a soul that no other city that I know of really has. It has a great sense of community, and it kind of in a good way loves itself.
Next on Extras, Mansions and Millionaires, New Orleans. She's the Big Easy artist that celebs can't get enough of.
I saw these massively long legs. Oh my God, it's Blake Lively.
Ashley Longshore breaks down NOLA's must-see arts and culture scene.
Whoo, Frenchman Street at night, oh Lord. And there's all kinds of wildness.
Plus, from Grammy winners to Hollywood A-listers, here in the French Quarter is the house that Brad Pitt used to own. Our celebrity real estate tour is up next.
We took lifelong pasta experts and gave one Prego traditional and one Ragu traditional. This is what happened. That's because even Ragu users prefer the taste of Prego traditional.
At our house, things get out of control fast, especially in the litter room. Now I use Arm & Hammer Cloud Control. It's 100% dust-free with no cloud of nasties. So I'm in control. Arm & Hammer, more power to you.
Enough with mouthwash that burns. In fact, most mouthwashes contain more alcohol than you think, but Colgate mouthwash is alcohol-free and kills 99% of germs without the burn. Colgate Total, mouthwash with no burn.
You can't fake the goodness of real strawberries, the crunch of real almonds, the taste of real raspberries. We use real ingredients because you can't fake delicious. Special K.
Something huge has happened in Hollywood. Come along as we chase the story.
Clock's ticking.
Extra, extra.
Oh!
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 People with type 2 diabetes are excited about the potential of once-weekly Ozempic. In a study with Ozempic, a majority of adults lowered their blood sugar and reached an A1C of less than 7 and maintained it.
Oh, under 7.
And you may lose weight. In the same one-year study, adults lost on average up to 12 pounds.
Oh, up to 12 pounds.
A 2-year study showed that Ozempic does not increase the risk of major cardiovascular events like heart attack, stroke, or death.
Oh, no increased risk.
Ozempic should not be the first medicine for treating diabetes or for people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Do not share needles or pens. Don't reuse needles. Do not take Ozempic if you have a personal or family history of medullary thyroid cancer, multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if you are allergic to Ozempic. Stop taking Ozempic and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, itching, rash, or trouble breathing. Serious side effects may happen, including pancreatitis. Tell your doctor if you have diabetic retinopathy or vision changes. Taking Ozempic with a sulfonylurea or insulin may increase the risk for low blood sugar. Common side effects are nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, and constipation. Some side effects can lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems.
I discovered the potential with Ozempic.
If eligible, you may pay as little as $25 per prescription. Ask your healthcare provider today about once-weekly Ozempic.
Arm & Hammer plus OxyClean with Odor Blasters detergent. It eliminates tough odors and blasts away the oof for a clean that will leave you in at a fraction of the cost in packs and liquid. Arm & Hammer. More power to you.
Pain happens. ALEVE it with ALEVE PM. The only one to combine a safe sleep aid and the 12-hour pain-relieving strength of ALEVE. So magic mornings happen. There's a better choice. ALEVE PM.
Welcome back, Bexar's Mansions and Millionaires, New Orleans, the dynamic mecca of music, culture, and art. No one knows the heartbeat of the city better than she does.
The city founded with pirates and rum, jazz.
Welcome to the over-the-top gallery of Ashley Longshore.
You're standing in my brain right now. I think if we had to put a label on it, it's pop art.
She credits the Big Easy for putting her on the map.
I knew that I had the opportunity to start a business, start a fempire, and so luckily New Orleans has been a city that's been the right soil to help me grow into a global brand.
A brand with a loyal following of wealthy financiers, fashion icons, and of course, high-profile celebrities.
I remember one day I saw these massively long legs and I'm like, oh my God, it's Blake Lively. So it's just been incredible to really grow my career in a city that not only celebrates the arts, but is full of creative inspiration.
And Ashley says the place to start is Frenchman Street.
Whoo, Frenchman Street at night, oh Lord. First of all, Snug Harbor is one of the most iconic, incredible places to hear jazz music. Go into the Spotted Cat, go into the Blue Nile, and there's all kinds of wildness. You go around the corner, there's a huge art market. There's also a little poet that sits out with a typewriter that will write you a poem. So Royal Street, those bricks are paved in antiques and stories and history of this city. Then you get into Julia Street, and it is a lot of contemporary galleries.
So no matter where you go in the city, you are surrounded by art, especially here at the museum's sculpture garden. It's gorgeous, isn't it?
You can go and wander around and see some of the most incredible sculpture that you would see in France or in Italy or anywhere else.
And I couldn't leave without asking Ashley to show me some of her famous artwork.
Frida Kahlo. God, what a bohemian goddess she is. So
it's
everything is painted, bedazzled, embellished, and then coated in resin, which, you know, everybody likes cake, but cake with icing is even better. So.
Which is what this whole entire place is.
Oh, thank
This is
you.
like a cake with icing on it.
Thank you so much.
Some call New Orleans the Crescent City, or the Big Easy, or just NOLA for short. But many Hollywood stars, they're calling it home. That was Nick Cage nearly 30 years ago on the set of his first NOLA-based film, Wild at Heart. The Oscar winner so entranced with the city's folklore, he infamously purchased the haunted LaLaurie Mansion, once owned by Creole socialite Madame Delphine LaLaurie, Her stories of torture and hauntings were so infamous, Ryan Murphy chose it to be the center plot for his FX series American Horror Story, Coven.
Get off my property.
Here in the French Quarter is the house that Brad Pitt used to own and then throw beers across the balcony to the house where Matthew McConaughey was staying. No, it's not a Hollywood script. In 2012, Brad Pitt launched a can of suds over his balcony to fellow Oscar winner Matthew McConaughey, who was partying with his wife directly across the street.
I'm flesh and blood, but not human.
1994's Interview with the Vampire might have been the first time he fell in love with New Orleans, but it was after Hurricane Katrina that Brad and his then-wife Angelina Jolie bought this 7,600 square foot French Quarter residence for $3.5 million. Here in the Garden District, it's home to so many celebrities, including Sandra Bullock.
You know, I'm the one, if someone cuts me off on the street, I'll follow home.
Sandra Bullock's only kidding, of course, but residents of the Coliseum Street would know for sure. Bullock plunked down $2 million for this 6,000 square foot historic home in 2009 before filming the New Orleans-based movie that won her an Oscar, The Blind Side.
Michael, why do you want a driver's license?
Something to carry with my name on it.
And when it comes to NFL championships, no one can forget this epic New Orleans Super Bowl moment. 2013, the year Beyoncé brought down the house at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And just 2 years later, Queen Bee and Jay-Z would call New Orleans home, purchasing this Spanish Baroque residence that once housed a ballet school and a church. You'll never know who you'll see when you step into the streets of New Orleans.
Closed captioning and other considerations for Extra provided by. We took lifelong pasta experts and gave one Prego traditional and one Ragu traditional. This is what happened. That's because even Ragu users prefer the taste of Prego traditional.
I've had a lot of toothaches in the past. I couldn't believe the pain. I've tried pain pills. They never did anything for me. Nothing works like this right here, Orajel. Get some of this, just put it right up here. It wiped out the pain, just like that. It worked immediately.
Lash Sensational Mascara from Maybelline, New York. Makes every lash fully sensational. Our fanning brush volumizes every kind of lash. For sensational full fan effect. Lash Sensational, only from Maybelline, New York.
Well, that's it for Extras, Mansions and Millionaires, New Orleans. I'm Michael Corbett, and thank you for joining me on this incredible journey here in the Bayou. And also a big thanks to our amazing hosts, Visit New Orleans, for their southern hospitality. Now, I guess it's time to say goodbye and send it back to LA.
Thank you, Michael. As always, you make so many of us salivate with envy. Well, that wraps up the weekend edition of Extra, but we can't say goodbye, of course, without a look at the Extra outtakes. Enjoy, everybody. Woo! Flaming it.
Hot, fiery, caliente.
Yeah, wait, whoa. Whoa, camera.
Oh my God!
Big energy.
Just hands.
Barely a sachet.
That's so embarrassing.
Oh, I just got a hit of bourbon.
Red Bull.
Am I coming around the mountain?
Definitely not.
I forgot, had no idea what...
Yeah, just like that.
Hey, Jen?
Billy.
I'm Larry.
Someone told me.
Did you get it?
Who is this person?
It is a question.
I'm Michael
The what?
The slow melt.
Well, after a year, cute.
That's how we roll.
Welcome to the new Extra.
I mean, I'm a slow talker.
We don't do that in California.
You are fooling yourself. That's why I'm...
Don't get mad, we do that fun. You want to be on the face.
You're all just attractive people.
That's thick.
Eyes up here, thank you.
Okay, and we're done.
Nice putt, Gary.
Welcome home, Lisa G.